नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपथे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादि गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत। हरे कृष्ण। By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the King of Secrets, Raja Guhyam. By Krishna's causeless mercy, now we are successfully studying in the 15th chapter, the Yoga of the Supreme Person. Now we are understanding that we are struggling hard in this material way, but we are of Krishna's Amsa. So, we need to get this knowledge, which reveals everything to us, which reveals our identity. Without Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we are not having any identity. That means we are not able to identify ourselves. The name is given to the body, not to the soul. So that's why when a person dies, we don't call that person, that body anymore with the name. We simply call it as a dead body. That's what is preta. Preta is a dead body. So that's what we do there. So that way, we need to understand that, in fact, the name is, we are calling the soul, we call it using the name because as long as the soul is inside the body, that name, we are giving it to that body. But once the soul leaves the body, then we just call that as the body, dead body. So, but the so-called identity, what we have in this material world is for the body with that name. But once that soul leaves that body, even we lose the name also. So name, age, and height, and color of the eyes and the hair. So like that, the identity is given to the body. So that way, we need to understand that the soul, which is inside this body. So that's what is our self. So we have to identify ourselves with the soul, not with the body. So when we say I, you, me, all these pronouns, so they refer to the soul, not to the body. So that knowledge we need to have. So we have to identify ourselves with the self, not with the body. So that knowledge we need to have. If we have that knowledge, so that means we should live with that knowledge all the time. So in all our activities, whatever we do, we should be able to live with that understanding. that knowledge that this body is temporary, which is made up of matter and which is always changing, whereas the soul is permanent, which is spirit, which is not made up of matter and it is never changing. So that is the knowledge we need to have, the difference between the body and the soul, self. Then if you are able to do all our activities in that consciousness, with that consciousness that we are the soul, not this body, and we need to do things which are good for the self. So what are all the things what we need to do which is good for the soul? Normally in this material world, we are going after money. We are going after material things. And no amount of matter is going to be helpful for the soul unless we use it for the right purpose. Unless we use everything in Krishna's service, it is not going to be of any use. But the problem is, we will be committing more sins and binding ourselves much more into this material world if we accumulate so much wealth, and they too in the illegal way. So that way, every action we do, actually, we are binding ourselves, as I explained yesterday. So every action when we do with the expectation of results, with the attachment to the results, not offering the results unto Krishna, that means not having this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so that every action is binding us to this material. So from this Bhagavad Gita, we are learning the secret. We are making sure that we are not bound. So all our activities should free us from this material, not bind us to this material. So we need to know bandham, moksham. So what makes bandham, that is bondage, and what gives liberation, so that is moksha. So that is called knowledge. So we need to know what is binding and what is liberating. So every day, every individual, the activities are either binding or liberating. That is the reality we need to understand. So we can quantify. It is not something like it's very difficult to understand. For example, if you have attachment to the results, if you want to do everything for the satisfaction of ourselves, only for our material sense gratification. So if we are acting for that, if we are doing everything with that material interest, so that means that action is definitely binding us to this material. So we should now learn with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge how to offer the results unto Krishna, how to do everything for Krishna. For example, in the battlefield when Arjuna decided to not fight, so Krishna told, even not fighting is an action that's going to bring him sin. That's what Krishna told Arjuna. So, if you don't fight, if you leave this battle, then you are going to get sins. That's what Krishna told. Atha chetvam imam dharmam sangramam na karishyasi tata swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam abhapsyasi. So, not doing an action also brings us sin. So we need to understand. It's not like only when we act, we are going to commit sins. And when we don't act, when we are supposed to act, that also brings us sins. So that's what we are understanding from Bhagavad Gita. That's what Krishna told Arjuna. You are a Kshatriya and you should protect the righteousness and you should fight for dharma. And if you don't do that, so that means you are going to get sins. So in the beginning, we understood that Arjuna was in such a difficult situation. He was not able to decide what to do. He was completely confused. Karpanya doso upakata swabhava. Prichamitvam dharma sammuda chetara. Dharma sammuda chetara. So he is not able to figure it out. What is dharma? What is right? What is wrong? So he is completely confused. In that situation, when he surrendered unto Krishna and asked him to tell what is good for him. So then Krishna gave this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. When Arjuna understood this entire Bhagavad Gita, when he realized that he needs to fight for Krishna and do everything for Krishna, so at that time, he was able to fight in such a way that he was not bound by his actions. That's what we need to understand. So if you are doing everything for Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so then we are not bound. So that is very clear for us with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We are understanding that everything we need to do only for Krishna. So whatever we do, we should offer only unto Krishna. So that is very clear. Nothing is in our hands in such a way that only desire is in our hands. Only the free will is in our hands. Nothing else is in our hands. Whatever is happening around us, whatever is all these things, we cannot control anything. That's what we need to understand. We cannot control the Maya. We cannot control the nature. Mama Maya Duratteya. When Krishna said that my Maya is difficult to overcome. So everyone is under the control of Maya. And everyone is forced to act helplessly by the three modes of material nature. And we cannot stop. We cannot control. That knowledge we are getting clearly from this Bhagavad Gita. So others' actions we cannot control. And even our actions we cannot control. But the desire, that free will, what we have, if we focus, if we submit only to Krishna, if we focus everything only on Krishna, then we can make sure that the results won't bind us. That is the point. The actions are happening because of the attachments, because of our conditioned life, because of our past karma, past actions, and all such things. We are all bound and we are all forced to act helplessly by the three modes of material nature. But only we need to learn the secret. How to not get affected by those results. That is the secret we are learning from Bhagavad Gita. So, that means we should not have any doubts in what we are doing. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we should not have any confusion, no illusion. Everything should be very clear. So that means not under the control of Tamoguna. So everything we should be able to do as an offering unto Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita makes our life very, very meaningful. We can give up all the attachments. Krishna is going to make sure that we are going to lead a great life. There is no doubt. We are going to enjoy. We are not going to suffer. Only the persons who are attached to material sense objects, only they are going to suffer. Because their mind is disturbed. Because they are going after the material sense objects. So even if they get it by illegal means, but they are going to struggle and suffer because their mind is always disturbed. Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upashitaga. So, until the time of death, they are bound by unlimited worries. That is the reality. So that's what chintam aparimayam pralayantam upashitaga kamopabhoga paramayetavatiti nishchitaga. So they think that just gratifying the senses, so that's what is great. That's what is certain. That's how everybody in this material world, they are doing everything every day without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, getting bound by the three modes of material nature, karma bandha, janma bandha. So all these things are happening. So now for us with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, so we are Krishna's causeless mercy. Everything is very clear to us. So that way we can very happily render devotional service to Krishna. And there are so many opportunities for us to serve Krishna. We can spread this message. That is the best way to serve Krishna. Just that one thing, if we succeed, one thing we are able to do it very nicely, then we are going to go to Goloka, no doubt about it. So just spreading Krishna consciousness, spreading the glories of Krishna. This is not a part of some religion or something like that. This is religion means the way we refer to religion these days. This Bhagavad Gita is the way of life because it is a science. So this science is teaching us that we are the soul. We are not the body. I'm the soul. You are the soul. So that way we are able to discover ourselves with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So then we can minimize, we can completely eliminate all our miseries. That's why Krishna told Arjuna that Anityam Asukkam Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasva Mam. Having come to this temporary miserable world, you worship me. Render devotional service unto me. So Anityam Asukkam Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasva Mam. So that's what we are supposed to do. So we should render devotional service unto Krishna. Then our existence is purified. Then we will be able to elevate ourselves to the Brahma Bhuta platform, Brahma Bhuta level. So once we reach that level, Esa Brahmi Sthiti Pata Nainam Prapya Vimukhyati Stitvasyam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richati. That's it. So once we reach that Brahmi Sthiti, that status of Brahman level, and after achieving that, not bewildered at all, Enam Prapya Na Vimukhyati. Nainam Prapya Vimukhyati means Enam Prapya Na Vimukhyati. Then Sitvashyam Antakalepi, then being situated in that Brahman platform until the time of death. Sitvashyam Antakalepi. Brahma Nirvanam Richati. So we are going to get Brahma Nirvana. So that means we are going to go to Goloka. That's it, Brahma Nirvanam Richati. So that should be the way of our life. Completely detached from everything in this material world. Don't get disturbed by anything in this material world. Shruti Vipratipannati, that's very important. So that means whatever we had in the past, whatever we are going to hear in the future, nothing should affect us, nothing should bother us. That's what we need to understand. So nothing is perfect in this world, but that should not bother us. We should strive to achieve perfection by rendering devotional service unto Krishna. That's what is very important. Sahajam karma kaunteya sadosamapi natyajet. Sarvarambagi dosena dhumena vriyate agnir. So the faults are born along with the karma itself. So nothing is perfect. So like the fire is covered by the smoke, every endeavor is covered by some degree of faults, some degree of dosha, some degree of imperfections. So we cannot expect everything is going to perfect in this world. But our devotion unto Krishna, so that should be perfect. Our faith on Krishna, so our unalloyed, unconditional love on Krishna, so that should be perfect. So once we achieve that, so that means we are liberated from this material world. We don't have to think about anything in this material. So how to achieve that status? That's what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. So now we are successfully studying in the 15th chapter. So we finished 7 slokas in the 15th chapter. In the 6th sloka, Krishna is teaching us that Na tat bhashayate suryo na shashankho na pavakaha yadgatva na nivartante taddama paramam mama. So the abode of mind is never illumined by sun or moon or fire. And Prabhupada included electricity also. Pavaka. Yadgatva na nivartante. Anyone who reaches there will not come back. Taddama paramam mama. That place is my supreme place. So paramam mama. So that is my supreme abode. Taddama paramam mama. That is my supreme abode. That's what Krishna is teaching. That supreme abode of mine is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. So then in the next sloka, what we studied yesterday, the sloka number 7, Mamaivam jiva loke jiva bhutaka sanatanaha manaha shastani indriyani prakristani karshati. Mamaivam jiva loke jiva bhutaka sanatanaha manaha shastani indriyani prakristani karshati. So this Jiva Bhuta, the living entities, so they are eternal. So my Amsa, so they are of my nature. So my fragmental particle, that's what my Amsa. So they are actually with 6 senses, including the mind. So they are struggling hard in this material nature, in this material world, in this Jiva Loke, So they are struggling hard. Prakriti Stani Karsati. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So we should get liberation from Prakriti. That means the Prakriti Jait Gunehi. So the 3 modes of material nature, we should get liberation. Purushaga Prakritisto hi bhungte Prakriti Jan Gunan Karanam Gunas Sangosha Saddasadyoni Janmashu. So this Purusha Prakritisto hi, so situated in this Prakriti, bhungte Prakriti Jan Gunan. It's trying to enjoy the material sense objects under the control of the 3 modes of material nature. Prakriti Jait Gunai. Prakriti. Bhungte Prakriti Jan Gunai. So, Karanam Gunasangosya Saddasatyoni Janmasu. So, Karanam Gunasangosya. So, because of our association with the 3 modes of material nature, we are repeatedly getting life after life and struggling and suffering in this material world. So, the living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the 6 senses, which include the mind. In the next sloka, in the sloka number 8, Krishna is continuing then. Shariram yadavapnoti yachapi uttramati ishvaraha Grihitvaitani samyati vayurgandhani vashayat Sariram yad avapnoti yachapi uttramati isvaragam. So the Isvaragam, that is the Lord of the body. So that is the soul. The soul, when it gives up one body and gets another body, Uttra means giving up one body. And avapnoti means getting. So getting another body. That is Sariram. So Sariram, Uptra, avapnoti. So giving up Sarira, that means death, and then birth. getting another sarira. So at that point of time, what's happening is that grihit etani samyati. So whatever this ethani, so whatever this six senses, including the mind, so struggling and suffering, prakriti sthani karsati. So that's what managa sastani indriyani prakriti sthani karsati. So that's what it carries it. So grihitva, it takes it. It is taking it, grihitva. So etani, all this struggling, the six senses, mind, so everything is going to the next body. So from one body to another body, it is going. It's very clear. So it's very clear that this mind is a subtle body. It's going from one body to another body, and we are going to get senses also in the another body. So mind is also going from one body to another body. Just like Vayur Gandha Nivasayad, just like the air carries aroma. So the air carries aroma from one place to another place. So like that, we carry the mind, our senses, all those things from one body to another body. That's what Krishna is teaching us. The living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another, as the air carries aromas. Thus, he takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another. So, by Krishna's causeless mercy, now we are able to successfully finish the 8th sloka in the 15th chapter. Now, let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Chitrita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm sorry I joined a little late today. And yesterday, actually, the viral is on here. Everybody is getting viral. The weather is so tricky now because of sweating and air conditioning and, other things. It's So I was a little down with viral fever. So that's right. So I'm sure, but with Krishna's mercy, everything will be fine, Guruji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Guruji.
With Krishna's mercy, everything will go good. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare.
Hare. Rajeshwari Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. எல்லாம் நல்லா இருந்தது. முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
கிருஷ்ணனுடைய கண்ணலப்படி. ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா, ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. Yesterday I left early, Guruji, at Tuesdays. Nowadays I've been leaving early. So I was not able to connect from the hospital.
Okay.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, thank you, Guruji, for the class. It's very nice. And how the body keeps being transferred from with the mind and the senses.
Yes.
The soul.
Very
into
important.
Another new body.
Yes.
Yes, Guruji. So that awareness and this study is really helping us to understand how we are functioning in this world, Guruji.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Narela Srinivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sunil Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much for your efforts. We have been learning the most, the topmost Bhagavad Gita, which is very essential in today's life. So thank you very much for your untired efforts, continuous efforts. Yeah, thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Dandavad Pranam, Guruji.
Dandavad
Pranam, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare.
Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam, Prabhu. Pranam. So, Sarveshwar Vishnu Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Satyendra Singh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Interesting session, Guruji. In the beginning, you have said about our action. Action, they are liberating also, and they are binding also. If we ask for results. Yeah, we do actions. They are binding to the material world. Whenever we do it for Krishna, then it is liberating.
Yes.
And also, you have said that act and not act. Not acting also is a sin if that is required. Thank you, Guruji, for a wonderful class. Really, we are enjoying. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Ravindra Goyal Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Sadhana Dandavat Pranam Guruji.
Lord Pranams Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful class, Guruji. Very nice to daily get this dose of Krishna consciousness from you. I have one slight question. Maybe I have to learn. Mame Vansho Jeev Loke Jeev Bhute Sanatana. So, but we are basically part of the Krishna, but we are differentiated part. We cannot be like super consciousness, but we are having all the qualities of Krishna in tiny amount. So that is the right understanding, no, Guruji?
That is correct. So quality wise we are same, but quantity wise we are not.
We are very limited. We are finite. Yes, he is infinite. We are finite.
We are finite.
Yeah.
Like they compare the droplet of a ocean and the ocean.
That's right, Guruji. Right. Thank you, Guruji. No more questions. Wonderful to be in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Palniappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare. So today's class also, as everybody said, is very interesting. But the meaning of sloga, I think from that I feel we can understand that why 0.1%. That we say 1 in 1,000 only is able to follow Gita. That is because the soul, when it gives up, the sloga says that all the qualities of, that is the six senses as well as our mind, is getting transferred. So most of the today's this thing itself is only 0.1% people are so good comparatively. So all others, when it get transferred, the same thing is going to happen. That is my feeling when I heard about the sloga today. That is also Krishna makes it very, very, very clear that why that 0.1%. That is a very interesting thing.
Very interesting.
Which we learned that. And of course, the three modes of nature you said many times, which is controlling. So Arjuna also is got in trouble when he started his fighting. So that is very, another thing is made very clear today. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nasha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji, for nice class.
Krishna's mercy. Yes.
Guruji, I want to know about Mahat Tattva.
Mahat Tattva is the Panjabhutas, 5 great elements. So, Bhumir, Apo, Analo, Vayo, Kam.
Oh, yes.
So, earth, water, fire, air, and space. So, these 5 are known as Mahat Tattva. Yes.
Okay.
Mahabhutani. It's also known as Mahabhutani. Mahabhutani or Mahat Tattva. Yes.
One question is coming in my mind, Guruji. These 6 senses, mind goes to the next body that is called Sukshma Sharir.
Yeah. Sukshma Sharira. Yes.
Yeah.
Mind is a part of the Sukshma Sharira. Yes.
Okay. That leaves our
Then the
next
senses will
journey.
get in the next body. The body will get the senses.
Next journey.
Yes.
For next journey. Yeah, Guruji.
That's a part of the gross body, the senses. Yes.
Okay, Guruji.
Mind is a part of the Sukshma Sharira.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji.
For explaining it. Okay, Guruji. Thank you so much,
Hare
Guruji, for
Thank
keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Yes,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you for the class, Guruji. I couldn't attend. I had come for one program with my mother,
Yes,
and I will listen to it on YouTube, Guruji.
Yes,
Thank you very much. I could understand a little bit from what Painappan Prabhu and others spoke.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much for today's class. Yeah, even the question answer also, it gave a lot of clarity that how the mind, see, Manas, somewhere I read as a Manas, so they call it as a Manas Putra. A Manas Putra, there are many people like Nara, Narayana, all came through that kind of source. They are Manas, through mind children. So it is absolutely correct that whatever the atom part, the source of energy, the source of intelligence, it is coming from Krishna's quality only. From Krishna's source only, all things are getting it done. That is the way the Janma takes place. Once the Janma takes place, then Maya takes over. So once the Maya takes over, then we are controlled by all these Panchabhuta. So whichever superior, inferior, it dominates. So it is beyond our matured mind, which is dominating at what point of time. So we can able to feel in our body how this Panchabhuta is acting one against another. Why we need to do the Vayu sloga, pray to Hanuman, pray to Ganesha for certain, ill effects. There is a scientific reason for it. So Krishna says, instead of going into sub-element and getting into your Maya Loka, you better you understand me and you are my source, you are my intelligence only. Therefore, it is very easy for you to go into the line of directions, what I am giving you, and executing those steps. You can come to me, and once you come to me, you cannot go back to any other place. Even Devata Yuga also, there is a what you call appreciation and depreciation. Appreciation in the sense they will get upgraded, or sometimes they will come back in a different loka based on the karma. So the Krishna says, once you reach to my place, permanently you will be there. You will not be upgraded nor downgraded. So it is upgraded stage only. Therefore, we will not be deflated by that. So again, I will come with the scientific explanations of since we have just a million part of Krishna's source and intelligence, the Maya Shakti doesn't allow us to understand the secrets. So through Bhagavad Gita only we are understanding those secrets. What is the fact? So again, that is the same connectivity. So we lose that connectivity. The IP address, it is a static address. That static address, once we understand what is the IP static address, that is nothing but Krishna. Once it is getting connected, there is no downtime. So most of the people suffering because of downtime. That downtime happening because there are many Maya Shakti and you do certain acts which is unwarranted, which Krishna doesn't prescribe. And we bound to do that until unless our matured mind understand that kind of a wisdom and intelligence, we are bound to do that the act which is not required, mandatory. So how to get bonded by that IP address? Bhagavad Gita tells us there is a static IP catch it. It is the best way we have to catch it. As a good fielder, we have to catch it. And we should not miss it. Most of the people, due to different circumstances or material pull and push,
Yes. Hare Krishna. We got muted. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila.
thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, little disturbance. The call came, got disturbed.
Okay.
So it is nicely explained that how we can able to, catch hold of that static edge. There is no doubt that the source of energy is from Krishna. The source of intelligence is Krishna. We took birth because of Krishna. The source is similar to, identical for everybody. There is nobody is discriminated. Everybody has got a fair chance in this world. All the lives has got the fair chance. We have to utilize it. Thank you very much for today's class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Gita.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.